It's an activity that many are used to after slaughtering an animal, skinning it using a knife. But that act, which is often perceived as a means of reducing the time it takes to get meat to the fire, is contributing to a massive loss of revenue in the livestock industry.
The flaying method and the way we remove the skin from the animal, we use knives generally, and that is something that destroys leather. And when it's processed, it just looks horrible. You can't use it for anything.
And here is the correlation between the use of a knife to skin an animal and the revenue accrued from selling its leather.
You can get at least 3 to 4 times more value for a skin that has been removed using hands or other machines, as opposed to those that have been removed by knives.
This is one of the lessons that a Kenyan delegation to India has learned.
People who work for you in our.
Another lesson is that of instituting the right policies in the leather industry, picked up here at the Central Leather Research Institute, situated in Chennai, India. The total leather trade per annum in India is worth $12 billion, with $6 billion of that amount arising from local consumption. The sector employs 2.5 million people, of which 30% are women.
In 1972, the government took a decision, a policy decision, that we cannot export raw hides and skins from this country, and processed intermediates as well. So they said if we want to export something, it must be finished leather.
That was one of the key policy decisions taken by the government of India over 4 decades ago, which has led to the success story of its leather industry. Besides the right policies, some measure of attractive incentives is also required to boost the leather industry.
So India introduced an incentive system. If you exported finished leather, you will get a certain percentage of your value of your exports as an incentive for you as a return. So there was something like a 15% of the value of the process was given as an incentive, so that increased the market competitiveness of the leather industry abroad.
Professor Ramasamy spoke during the signing of an agreement between the Kenya Leather Development Council and the Central Leather Research Institute, which will eventually see partnerships forged to have Kenyans trained in leather management.
India, when they decided to put emphasis on leather in 1945, they conceived of a research institute, which they started in April 1948. They've done a lot in research on leather. So ours was to learn from them.
The Central Leather Research Institute is the foremost research institution on matters leather in India, with 4 doctors in leather, one of them being a woman. Alex Mwangi, NTV Business.